Welcome to RAI's edition of Meet the Artist. The series offers a unique opportunity to hear directly from the artists featured in the exhibition Under the Same Sky, not only about their works on display, but also about the ideas, the process, and personal experience that shapes their practice. Then today we are delighted to be joined by Ilham Shafi, who will share insights into her artistic journey, selected works, and the way in which her experiences across different cultural, geographic contexts have informed her creative approach. Thank you for joining us, Ilham. You can.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very delighted to be here with you guys and also, just be as a participating artist in Under the Same Sky at Risk Initiative. So yeah, just I'm all yours. So should I start?
Yeah, you can begin.
Okay.
Yes, go
All
ahead.
right. So I would like to start with introduction of myself. Like I'm not gonna bore you guys, just a brief introduction who I am and what I do. I'm Elham Shafaei. I'm an experimental contemporary artist from Iran, based in Sharjah, but currently, right now, I'm in Malaysia while talking to you guys. And yeah, so I studied my bachelor in painting in Tehran. And after that, I moved to Malaysia for my master's and my PhD. And I was living here for 7 years and like learned a lot during my journey here. And for my master's, briefly, if I want to explain, I work with natural plants to make handmade papers for artistic use. And then for my PhD, my research was about the significance of melancholia in art, which both master's and PhD, they were practice-based um, research. And yeah, the PhD part accompanied with paintings. And after that, after I finished my studies, I moved to UAE back in 2017. And ever since then, I'm living there happily ever after. And yeah, I'm just a part of being an artist. I'm a curator and art educator as well. And a part of that, I'm a co-founder and co-editor of an online art magazine entitled Contemporary Identities, which in there we feature contemporary artists from around the world. And yeah, is a brief about me. And why I cannot change the slide? Okay, just let me see. Okay. So, my presentation is quite like, just academic kind of, just presentation, but yeah, just what to do. Um, so, as I mentioned, I'm an experimental artist and process-driven, multidisciplinary practice artist, and I love to explore and experiment with different theme concepts and materials. And that's a way for me to find out more meaning and, just to explore different areas and untouchable, try to make untouchable touchable or, tangible somehow. And that's why I'm not afraid to experiment or explore different medium. And I worked already with different materials such as painting, paper making, photography, installation, textile, sound art, video art, and yeah, sculpture, and maybe more than that, which I don't remember to mention here. And for me, that's like learning new language. And if I know more languages, I'll have more power, I have more audiences, and I know more culture. And that's why I like to explore more and experiment more. And another part which I'm very interested to explore in my practice is Persian literature, poetry, and text-based art, which like back in 2008, just I explored text art and just I just freshly graduated from my bachelor and started to experiment with text, and ever since then, like back and forth, they appear somehow, just in my work. Not all my series, they include text or literature or language, but those are somehow, just kind of like, very much deeply connected to me as part of the culture and tradition. Somehow, I don't know, just I grew up with, and that's a way of expression for me. And another area, like which is very much uh, connected to me as a concept, and I like to explore, and just it shows a lot of time in my work, is exploring the concept of existential in human life and finding meaning in my life as a human, because I try to search, first of all, just what I experience in my own life, and try to find meaning, who I am, what I'm doing, and where I'm going. And those fundamental questions I like to find answer for. And of course, just no one ever found, like, just answer for those questions. That's why it's ongoing. Just like I have ongoing journey with those, and I try to investigate the main concept in existential philosophy and psychology, which is loss, loneliness, emptiness, freedom. And so just I would like to explore those. And also identity is very much important to me, because I'm someone who, like, just travel a lot and live in different cities, different countries, just always on the move, and having different homes, changing, I don't know, maybe more than 30 times, just living in different homes, different areas, different cultures, and and so how dynamic my identity can be, or what I can get from those, and just what the meaning of home is for me. And of course, I'm an immigrant, and like I can call myself like a nomad, maybe, and living in diaspora. I don't know for how long, I'm gonna live in this way, but yeah, just those are part of me, part of my life, and I like to know more about myself um, in the situation which I'm living. And also, um I like to explore the intersection of personal and collective narratives, which is very important. Like for someone like me who's, just living in different cultures and meeting different people from different parts of the world and sharing experiences, and what I get out of those shared experiences, which I can call self at the end, or like self experience at the end. And my art mostly try to provide a quiet, contemplative space, um, rather than like, just uh, providing a resolution for the viewers. I like to raise a question, share a journey in the process, and I would like to let the audiences to resonate or find themselves or to reflect through what, just I gone through, which somehow, somewhere, just we meet, our path meets, in between. So rather than providing the full or like finish or complete outcome of the artworks, I prefer to share the process or unfinished, because that is important. I'm still growing, I'm still living, I'm still not complete, and my journey is not completed yet. And I like to share the process and the experiment. And yeah, so just that's about my artistic practice and areas of interest. And okay, so about my creative process. My creative process, because as I mentioned, I'm an experimental process-based artist, is nothing linear. It's more of like a circular. So I may start with a question, asking question, and that question can be about a concept which I'm interested in, or it can be just about a material I'm interested in, or like it can be anything. Uh, so mostly I started with asking question, what happened if I do this? What happened if I take this piece of, for example, fabric and try to do this with it, instead of, just the regular use for that. Or like, just asking about a concept, which is like, just coming to me by reading book, watching movie, living my life, traveling, talking to a friend, or, just whatever is like, just make me curious and I want to experiment that. And I have making in my, of course, in my process, reflecting, researching, and documentation. But it doesn't mean all of this, like, come one after another. It may come in this order, but maybe the order change somehow, I maybe ask the question and then, just I start with the research. And the research is really like fundamental an important part of my creative process. And I like to know more. I like to find out about the theory, about the history, about the cultural context, about, just what other artists did, just with either the concept or with the medium, then with the materials. And yeah, of course, I like to document in different way, sometimes just taking photos, sometimes just recording videos, sometimes just by sketching or like, just writing. And yeah, just and maybe many times, just I get into this loop of like, just asking myself again, just making, reflecting, researching documentations, and then, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until, just just I'll be ready to share whatever I got out of that. And which, most of the time might not be complete piece of artworks. As I'm saying, like not complete doesn't mean like, just is, of course, it's like, just is presentable. But for me as an artist, I still think, just I can go back to that piece and do things to it, just to maybe, just taking to the next level. And by that next level, it means like, just I ask myself a question and then, just I can, just apply whatever comes to my mind and, just reflect again. And yeah, so that's about it. And I selected a few series. And it was very difficult, Sarah, to be honest, just because you guys asked to prepare only 10 slides and I really tried. And at first, just I narrowed down to 29 slides and then, just I had to go back and forth and like, just making it too short. So I'm not gonna talk too much. I try to just to be quick, as quick as possible, because I would like to answer the question at the end if there is any questions. So one of my favorite series, um, which I'm really proud of. Don't think just I'm just too proud person, but yeah, just I love this series of my works because it taught me a lot about myself. And I learned through this journey. This series called Toys RV, and I try through this series to explore the concept of objecthood and how, as human, uh, our personality, our subjectivity, shaped by being an object. So when we are kids, when we are children, they give us toy, and we play with the toy, and we learn life skills through playing with toys. And later on, we learn how to be that toy, how to be an object in order to be subject. Because the first experience we have is, which shape our identity, is our relationship with objects. And we experience the world through those. And we learn how to be, just how to be object in a way, like to belong to certain level of society by certain types of fashion, certain types of accessories, certain types of makeup, certain types of style. We want to feel belong to certain level of the society. We want to feel belong, and object that objectivity somehow gives us that skill, or like move us to the next level, which being a subject. So in this series, I try to bring that concept forward. And based on what Hegel, the philosopher, said, the only way for us to move from being an object to a subject is by work, like by doing work, by doing some labor job, like working. And that's when, just we move to that level. And through this series, I've tried to use, just the memory and the self-experiences and the labor and desire to create subjectivity. I mean, just to experience myself, how I move from being an object to a subject. So this is this series, and all these works that are like painted with ink on canvas. And then, just I turn those to soft sculptures. And yeah, this is the exhibition I had in Aisha Bar back in 2024, I guess. And as I said, I want to always, just to experiment, even with the same series, just with different formats or different, just way of presenting. So I really like to add a layer of performance sometimes to my works. And these photographs are part of those, experimentations. And yeah, so after that series, I have this called Burn. So first, there were like 3D dimensional artworks, soft sculptures. And then I thought why I really don't get into my paintings to be a real object, which is moving from being an object to a subject, and see the world through the eyes of, just those creations which I created. And I created these variable paintings, and I don't know if you can see, and then as part of, just my experimentations, I made them somehow, I animated these works. And so just are like kind of more alive. I thought that could add another layer to my concept, and just you can move it to the next level. Okay. am I able to move to the next slide? Okay. Yeah. And these are also part of the performance art I had. Okay. Now I'm going to briefly talk about another series of my works. Um, my artist book series. And these are 7 books I created, and they have different themes, each of the books. Um, my brain, my heart, my ear, my nerves, my blood, my skin, and my eye. And this artist books serves as reflection and reflective space for myself or for being. Um, they help to, for me, they help to answer the question or searching for finding answer to the question of how my interactions to the world can um, shape myself. So like, just I try to pay attention to my interactions with the world through my eyes, through my brain, through my heart, my ear. And those, of course, that are like, conceptual. And I had to go back to myself and search within myself and my experience as an Iranian woman who's living, just in diaspora with the culture I have with me everywhere and the culture I gain, and that reflects on my identities, my life experiences, the collective experiences, and all of this created this series of artist books. And when I had this work exhibited back in 2024 and 2025, so I created a sound art as well. So that sound art was as part of the documentation as I mentioned at the beginning of the talk. It was like I created during the process of making these books. So, the sound of stitching, the sound of cutting the threads, cutting just the fabric, and all of those somehow created some sort of sensory um, experience for whoever, just the audiences. And of course, most of the text, I use poetry in these books. I try to abstract those from the literature, from my thoughts, my emotions, the life experiences as well. And of course, some abstract images, which they could bring forward the concept which I was going to explore and to express. Okay, now we have Woven Home, which I have 2 of these works exhibited at RISK initiatives right now, but not these 2. Um, this is about the importance of Persian carpets and the body memories. So for Iranian in diaspora, carpet plays a very important role in our culture and normally is a center piece of like every Iranian household in Iran. We grow up on it and we live our life, we experience, our body grows on it. And so that's like something attached to our souls and to our body somehow. That's why um, wherever we go, we have like an even small piece of virgin carpet with us because that's a reminder of home for us. And when our body feels it, it may bring uh, the memories or feelings of home. But the home we are talking about, in diaspora is nothing like the home we were growing up in there. And that's why that was the reason for me to deconstruct the patterns of Persian carpets. Whatever I created here is not the traditional patterns of Persian carpets because I try to deconstruct and reconstruct again. As I mentioned before, just the identity, our identity is dynamic, is not like the Persian carpets pattern, which is static. So in a different home, in a different culture, in a different environment, we regrow, we learn more. We meet different people, we learn different language. We maybe act in a different way, but it doesn't mean, just we are a different person. So we are somehow growing throughout the journey. And that's why, just we need some sort of deconstruction and reconstruction, but the meaning or the basic or the foundation is there. It's just moving towards, just towards a life somehow. And yeah, these are some pieces. And yeah, just of course the framing. I've tried to do the framing in a way the Persian carpet looms look like. So, okay, that's about it. And the final piece, which I'm going to talk about. And that is the soft evidence of being here. And that's about the under the same sky of the UAE. And I created this piece specifically for this exhibition. And that's how I feel by living in the UAE and, just gaining new experiments and new knowledge and finding my new self somehow, just in the country. So the majority of us, we come with a luggage to the country, and one day we'll leave with that luggage. And what we learn or what we gain or what we take is a shared memory, is learning a lot of new things, meeting a lot of different people with different culture, different languages, different weighing of just wearing clothes even, just learning a lot of different things about, just traditions which can impact us to look at the world in a different way. And UAE is a landscape, is ever changing, just with all these people coming and going and meeting or just cross passing each other, uh, sharing collective memories. Uh, just the only thing we can ask is, just is to gain that experience, which is very, very much interesting for me as an artist, especially. And yeah, so that's my last slide, which is, just because one of the question was just how do you, just learn as an artist in the UAE, or how is effective for me is like, just that piece which I created for Under the Same Sky is everything, just is the answer to the question. Yeah, I'm done. If there's any question, I'm here to answer.
Thank you so much, Ilham. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself, and your artistic journey, and looking at your works way back, and then looking at the present works as well. If anyone has any questions, we're open. You can either drop in the chat or you can open your audio. In the meantime, maybe I can ask a few questions.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I could.
Um,
Okay.
but, um, looking back at the artist book that you've created, do you think of your artist books as a source of like an archive or journals or conversations that you would have with yourself?
Uh, it's it's all of this actually,
Mm.
Sarah. Just because I talk to myself a lot, you know,
We
during the
all do.
process. Yeah, I might, just if someone's not artist, just it might be odd, just thinking, just that's a crazy person. But, I talk to myself and I think a lot and not think a lot, like, just during the thinking journey, just I talk and, just try to, just ask questions and answer a question. And sometimes I'm not able to answer the questions. I have to go
Yeah.
back to my research and all of this. So my research is not always like, researching in the books or like, just searching on internet. My research also goes within myself. So, and as I said, like, just I'm a process-based artist.
Yeah.
So just I try to, just try to document and archive my experiences. And also, just the journaling is a way of like, just doing that. And of course, I'm talking to myself. Just I try to gather all of it. And that was very interesting, actually, when I had these books exhibited, because I mean, just I have some pages written in English,
Mhm.
but the majority they were in Farsi.
Mm-mm.
And I had a lot of, audiences which they didn't even speak in Farsi or they didn't know anything about it. But somehow they could really reflect because,
Mm.
just I have some sort of like, just abstractions of like the images as well. So just by even flipping,
Mm.
the books, somehow, I don't know, just and maybe listening to the sound and, just the sensory feelings of it,
Mm-mm.
they really could resonate with what I was, just going to express.
Yeah. Do you see them as documenting who you were at that moment, or do they continue to shape who you are today in your like practice and in your works?
Um, just that was like a journey. I took it like, just I mean, just back in 2004, 2005.
Mm.
And but I'm still continuing it,
Mm.
so just I mean just I may don't show or maybe I didn't make it like just to the as part of this series, just because I just wanted that to be like seven books and that's it, you know
Mm.
but yeah, just that I started that journey and but that continues, so just I just it shares my moments, my experience, my identity back in those years. And of
Mm.
course, just I'm growing and just my new books maybe comes out soon. But yeah, just just I go back there, I go and flip those books and look at those and I still some part of it, just it tells me, just I'm still there, but some part
Mm.
I'm not there anymore and I already moved on. So that I can say like that could work as a reference
Mm.
for myself.
Mhm. Mhm. And how do you find balance between staying true to your own vision and also responding to different audiences or contexts. If, uh, for example, here in the UAE or somewhere else, like let's say Malaysia, how would you find, how would you respond to that different audiences?
The, how do I respond to the audiences?
Yes, and staying true to your own vision and your practice, like how would you respond to different audiences or contexts?
Um, to be honest, Sarah, because I was living here for 7 years, I had lots of exhibitions here before I moved to the UAE, and just um, I try to be myself, you know,
Yeah.
and as myself, not like just as someone, as an example, or like a sort of like I don't know how to put it, like what I cannot find the right word for
Mhm.
it, as human being, you
Mm,
know, which I'm in search for meaning in life.
mm.
And I cannot talk on behalf of other human beings or
Yeah.
like their experiences. I try to absorb whatever comes to me or whatever I
Hmm.
face in life, right? So
Yeah.
my response is like I experience this, or I try to find meaning to this question, which came to me as a human being,
Hmm.
either in Malaysia, either in Iran, either in UAE, or somewhere else. So I try to, be myself and introduce myself to those audiences. So just I don't really see um, myself as like, working hard towards audiences. I
Yeah.
try to answer myself first, because
Yeah.
if I don't know the answer, it would be difficult to explain
Yeah.
or translate through art.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Um, Final question. At this point in your practice, what kind of ideas or directions does it feel more exciting for you to work on next to? Like what's the next thing after, under the same sky? Is there anything new you're working on?
Yes, actually, I am working on a series of small sculptures, and also they are very conceptual actually, and also another two different types of art books, artist books,
Mhm.
and which are like just okay, I have to say another thing about myself, just sometimes I cannot limit myself to work on one single series, just
Yeah.
because just I have different ideas, different questions, and in order to answer, I have to choose different mediums
Hmm.
to, just to move forward with those. And I think I'm a little bit like moving towards being more conceptual somehow.
Well, we're excited to see what's next.
Thank you. Me too, because I'm still in the process. I don't know even just what the final outcome is gonna be, but yeah, just I will share with you later.
Thank you so much, Ilham. I think this concludes the talk. If no one has any further questions, thank you so much for taking the time to be here, to talk about your work and about yourself as well. So,
Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, so if there is no question, then I can see you hopefully back in the
yes,
UAE soon.
yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a
Bye-bye.
lovely evening.
You too, you too. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.